The BSM is an on-campus organization. They are one of the many religious on-campus organizations, and they host a variety of Bible studies throughout the week, as well as several lunches. They are a great community of believers and are not afraid to show their love for Christ. The BSM meets so many people, new and old, and from all walks of life. Some people find them as a great place for community. There are quite a few members there, and most of them are really easy to talk to and build relationships with. Some people view the BSM as a bunch of Jesus freaks or people who are weirdly religious, but they don't let that stop them from spreading the gospel and sharing Christ's love for others. Other people may see the BSM as a place that serves lunch on Wednesdays or Thursdays, or the place that has various activities throughout the week with free food or free t-shirts. While some of these perceptions are not all bad, there have been some issues brought to light that need to be addressed. Some of the issues discovered during the observations is that they can be very aggressive when it comes to missions. This can often scare people away rather than draw them in. There's also a tendency for the people of the BSM to form cliques and let those cliques rule the entire organization, instead of letting everyone feel welcome. There's also some miscommunication problems between the director and the full-time staff. And as for the staff, it is very small and it's not efficient for the size of the memberships of the people there. Looking closer into the issues of mission trips, they tend to be a little on the aggressive side. Sometimes they have people who have gone on mission trips before talk about their personal experiences and growths and let everybody know that they should go on those mission trips. This is great for recruiting those who see themselves as doing mission trips or they're on the fence about doing mission trips. However, the phrase the director says is that you have to go on this trip. This is not always easy for those who have financial issues or those that do not have a home church or one that serves missions. They may decide that they can't go rather than pay out of their own pocket, but hearing that they have to then presses them to make decisions that they may not be able to recover from financially. Mission trips are very important within the faith, but there are ways to recruit without force. One way to resolve the aggression issue might be to change the quote from "you have to go" to "you should try to go." This may help take that pressure off that some people may feel from the previous, more aggressive phrase. Another way they could help people to want to go on more mission trips is to help them out financially. More people may consider going if they did not have the struggle of finding the money to go or making ends meet to find the money to go. As for the cliques, when someone walks into the building they'll most likely see a large group of people talking amongst themselves. This can be kind of intimidating or seem unwelcoming if none of them turn to greet them. Other times it can feel like if someone wants to talk to somebody, they must bring a buddy so they don't feel lonely. The members are not quick to welcome newcomers, and the ones that are will typically greet somebody new and then leave them alone, which can be really lonely at times for those newcomers. While this issue hinders the potential growth for the BSM, they should not dissolve all friendships made within the organization, but instead they should consider requiring groups of 2 or 3, or for those who enjoy going out talking to people alone, to go out and greet new people that's never been, people who haven't been in a while, and those who typically come alone. This would help to make the membership of the BSM appear more friendly and more relatable. This should be done any time the BSM does something, anywhere from Bible studies during the week to lunches to even staff meetings. The next issue the BSM struggles with is communication. While they are great at communicating events and happenings to the members and visitors that frequent there is sometimes a problem with the communication between the full-time staff and the director. Sometimes it's a small miscommunication and other times it's a complete misdirection. These events sometimes get out of hand and they're not taken care of properly. This can cause strife among the leaders and nothing gets done. The director can also be set in the ways of the past, which also affects the way the team communicates with each other. They sometimes feel like they're not allowed to make suggestions or progressive ideas. While these communication errors seem hard to fix, they could be solved relatively easily if the staff would all talk to each other. One of the biggest problems is that when the staff doesn't understand something, they do not ask for clarification. They just go out and do what they think needs to be done. This makes the director upset for it not getting done the way it used to be, and everyone goes through a time of not talking, or a sort of negative type of talk. These miscommunications should be brought to attention so it can be clarified before anything happens. Or the director could also state directions more clearly in an understandable way. Also, when the staff brings up a misunderstanding, the director should acknowledge that and take care of it or state the directions more clearly. Doing this would dissolve the tensions that sometimes build up after directions were vaguely given. The final issue the BSM has is that they are very understaffed. There are only 2 full-time staff members this semester. This can be very difficult in setting up for events as well as monitoring those events. The staff is also supposed to build relationships with those they come in contact with, but because the BSM has such large numbers, it is very difficult for those 2 people to go out and build real vulnerable relationships with everyone within the organization. Because there are only 2 full-time staff members, it puts a limit on the things they can do as well as the BSM as a whole. The staff must be there for every event to supervise and make sure things follow BSM rules. But because there are only 2 staff, it makes it difficult to either be at every single event or to have very many events throughout the year. The BSM should open the positions for more applicants. This would allow for more people to be on staff. They should also explain the requirements of the position. There may have only been a few applicants because they don't know what the job is. Several people have mentioned that they don't know what the full position entails, and knowing what they would be doing could potentially recruit more people to apply and fill the positions necessary to keep the BSM going strong. While these issues are not major, they do require attention and fixing in order to allow the BSM the progress they need. These issues are simple and can be managed easily with the right attitude and the desire to be a more structured organization.